Alrighty, so we're live. So with Bub in the tavern. So Bub, um, all the way in the tavern with you. You wake up much later in the day than you were used to. This bed was so comfortable, and uh, you were just. You also were woken rather rudely in the middle of the night, but then you went back to sleep, and you feel like it's a combination of the bed as well as waking up in the middle of the night that made you sleep in. And when you leave your
Hmm.
room and return the key, stepping back into the tavern, your traveling companions are nowhere to be seen.
So I'm just gonna, I guess, get up and start running about, and I'm gonna run downstairs.
So as you run downstairs, the tavern is it has a lot less people in it. You don't see your traveling companions in there as either. You do see the guild barkeep and leader over here. You all can also see some of the gnomes you spoke to over here. You don't see the shady gnome anywhere,
Hmm.
and you also don't see the knight that was here either. There is
Right.
still this dragonborn here, and there's an elf smoking his smoking pipe that is giving off rainbow-colored smoke while sitting on his crate of different colored potions.
I'm gonna run up to the barkeeper and be like, "Where'd they go?"
Oh, hello there. Sleep in a bit, I see.
Hmm. I just missed them. Where'd they go?
Are you talking about good old Gildas, that rat Baskerville, and the noble Dalan?
Yeah, the weird ones.
That they are. That they are. Well, they just headed out about 30 minutes ago. Went off to go traveling, go on help with the goblin camp, I believe.
Goblins. And Bub gets down like he's gonna run away, and then he stops, and then he comes back and he goes, "Which direction?"
They had a map given to them by the gnomes over there. And he will gesture in this direction.
I'm gonna saddle up to the gnomes. Gnomes!
Oh, good heavens. Hello. Weren't you supposed to be with the traveling group?
I
Oh no, did
overslept.
they fail? Are you
I
all that's
overslept.
left?
I overslept. Where'd they go?
Ah, it's not good business. No, it's not. Would it be improper of us to send a lone kobold after them after they've already left? No, 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 no. They might need the reinforcements. True.
Bob is very reinforceful.
I reckon so. All right, tell you what. Since we could tell that you were on a bit of a time crunch and you want to meet up with them, here you go. That'll be 10 copper.
Uh, I have to actually check if I have that. How much I do. Um, I don't have any social skills, guys. Except for insight. I'm gonna make an insight check. Is he tricking me?
He is not tricking you. He's simply selling you a map.
Okay, I'll buy the map.
Pleasure doing business with you.
All
As
right.
you look at
So,
the map, uh, it has all. It's the same map that they gave to the party before to help them on their way to the goblin camp. It will
uh-huh.
quicken your travel time.
Hey. Okay. So now I'm gonna just rush out.
All right, so you rush out, and I will want you to make a survival roll
That's a skill I actually have.
or a nature roll, whichever's higher.
Nature is higher actually. 21.
All
There
right,
we
we'll
go.
take the nature roll. So, Bub, as you begin traveling on the path following the map, uh, it doesn't take you very long before you arrive in almost record time in some woods. And when you arrive in the woods, one of the first things you see is a giant pitfall that is like just a massive hole in the ground right here with several arrows just shot into the ground, some blood in there as well. Um, Horse prints charging in give me 1 second. Where's the ruler? Here it is. In this direction. You can see there was a lot of arrows and some blood here as well. And as you follow the path leading further through, let's see. You know what? So as you lead the path further through, you see a tripwire that has been sliced at some point. So it's been harmlessly just removed from as a problem. And as you arrive, what you see is a bunch of dead goblins, all kind of like stacked up in a pile, and a dead orc near them as well. You can see the remains of a battle that happened, and you can see horse prints and heavy boot prints heading in this direction.
Mm-hmm.
You look like you're about you missed this battle by about maybe 30 minutes.
Okay. What is the stuff at the top right of the map?
That is a shamanistic shrine. There's a bunch of different let's see, I believe the party took all of those.
Yeah.
So they took all the stuff that was over there. So there's a shamanistic shrine over there, and I want you, Bub. Let me see. What does Bub have here? Hey, Bub, what you got for me?
2s and 3s and everything.
So, Bub, I want you to roll me a nature roll.
Again, that's an 18.
There you go. So, due to the fact that you're a druid, as you approach the altar here, you can tell that it's a shamanistic altar immediately. And not only that, you know that they were worshipping the ancient green dragon.
Very bad goblin.
Let's see. With your nature roll as well, just got an 18. Alright, so you can see that not only were they worshipping the ancient green dragon, they seem to have defaced multiple little symbols of like the ancient white dragon. But they're so badly defaced that it would have been hard to recognize unless you were specifically looking for it. Nobody has Arcana. Sad.
I didn't have enough room.
2 levels.
2 levels.
You get more skills?
The Kingless feat to get more skills, yeah.
Oh yeah, there's the one that gives you 3 skills, yeah.
So yeah, so you can see the after effects of a battle. The goblins and the orc looks like they've been thoroughly like just cleaned of their possessions. Oh, actually, as you're leaving the shrine here as well, Bub, you can see green little shards on the ground here.
What are they?
They look like little crystalline shards. They shimmer ever so slightly in sunlight, but they seem to be lacking whatever property they had before.
All right, I'm gonna take some anyway.
Alrighty. So you pick up a few of these green little shards. Um,
In my coin purse.
as you pick them up, the shards are incredibly sharp and also very warm to the touch.
Okay. The coin purse.
Alrighty.
All right, so I'm gonna follow the party's tracks.
Alright. So you begin following their tracks and make me a nature or survival roll.
Nature it is. 22.
Alright.
Damn.
So Bub's on fire today. So Bub, as you're following their tracks, you can see 3 goblins also following the tracks up ahead.
How much further ahead are they?
They're about between 30 to 60 feet ahead of you. They have not noticed you, and they're just kind of like following the tracks
Okay.
as well.
All right, I'm gonna transform into the Spider King and hide and freeze.
Alright, so you transform into your Spider King form and hide up in the trees, climbing straight up into them. The goblins continue to follow the tracks, and they seem to be saying things to each other in Goblin. And they keep gesturing to the tracks and then up further down the path.
I don't remember what my... Did I even have another language? No. Okay. So... Let's see. Are they like going towards a cave or?
They're heading further and deeper into the woods, and they stop in front of a very bushy glade. And they sort of look around, making a perception roll.
Did I make a stealth since I'm hiding?
Yes.
Okay. Stealth is +7. Okay. 16. Unless I get advantage.
Does the Spider King get advantage on stealth?
Not automatically.
Okay.
No, that's for perception checks.
Okay. So then they will roll this for their perception. So they don't see you. They just kind of look around, and then you see one after the other. They just kind of jump into the bushy glade. As you hear the bushes shuffle and crash, and they just seem to disappear on the other side.
Okay. Alright, I'm gonna climb down soundlessly and follow.
So as you get closer to that bushy glade, it's really good camouflage. Bub, you feel like you would have walked right past this if you didn't know it was there.
Mm-hmm.
Meanwhile, with the party, so party, as you step into the cave, it's moist, it's dank, it's dark as well. It's hard to see more than about 30 feet in front of you. And past that, you have vision of lesser quality, unless you have dark vision.
Oh boy.
In the distance, in this direction, you can all see the shadows of a torch.
Mm-hmm. And I don't get no torches with the press back. Come on. Well, I get candles. I doubt this is gonna help though.
As at the mouth of the cave where you're at the moment, you can see two pathways. One diverging this way, but it's a bit of a tight squeeze, and a much more open pathway leading this way, directly in front of you.
Mhm. So, what's his name again?
Combat time.
Speak up, y'all.
Cough, cough.
Well, we do have two options then. We could walk down there, out in the open, and I don't know, probably get ambushed. Or we send someone down this path, and I point to there, some advanced recon, and make sure there's no ambush or something. With how narrow it is, there's really only one candidate amongst us. I looked at the filter.
Yeah. So Filcher is going to... Give me a second. That's a really bad roll for a stealth roll.
Whoopsie. Noma's filter might die.
Oh no.
So he begins
What will we
making
ever
his
do?
way up this way, peeking around, going very slowly. He stops and begins very slowly shuffling his way back. A few minutes after he left, he just sort of pokes his head back out at you. So there's about 2 goblins down that way, and they're asleep.
You sure about that?
They're snoring and they got bottles near them.
Hmm.
I'm sure they're so used to nobody finding this hideout or coming in that's not supposed to be that they just slouched off. Goblins aren't very hard working.
Mm-hmm. Well, let's hope they sleep soundly then. We don't want to wake them up with all the noise we're gonna make. But
Hmm. So we are surrounded in the depths of it, then. Take the narrow path, goblins. Take the forward path, wolves. And got more goblins.
Also, for clarity's sake, this section here,
Oh.
while
yeah.
passable,
Can't see.
you can't see into here. And while you could maybe climb here, it would be very difficult. It would require a check to climb over this crumbled wall here. This part is
Okay.
completely imperceptible, and you can't see over the wall. But from what you could tell, this is a very open section,
Mm.
and Felcher will speak up. Look, I have had associations with goblins in the past. Never take the open path. It's bound to have a trap. The nimble path, the smaller one, will have an ambush at the end. They'll choke point you. But, their traps are a little worse.
right. I'm gonna go to the narrow path. Then, like, how narrow is it, actually?
So, it's surprisingly narrow. As you go through here, there's about a 5-foot radius between this space. And as you're here, it's still about 5 foot. You can't really step here. Yeah, we'd have to march single file until it opens up.
Mhm. Yeah, I wonder, from where we are, do we hear the water running?
The water down in the cave, further down in the cave, is very audible. It echoes off the walls.
Well, actually, the water may mask our approach, so may as well try. I mean, if we make noise in the, well, as long as it doesn't echo. Let's see.
So, if you're taking the narrow path, I do want to know what your marching order is.
Right. Problem is, I don't really have dark vision, so I'm not sure if like it should be first.
Let me see here. He doesn't have dark vision either.
Oh, let's see. I could like light a candle and go first, just to be able to see where I'm going.
True.
Why don't you just have Brendan go first? Doesn't he have dark vision?
No, he's a dragonborn. They don't get it.
What? Useless. You don't even have dark vision.
Hey, he gets a free damage of damage immunity
That's really good.
and certain other
Is it
things.
fire or poison?
The one that he has is tied to his dragon. I believe he is immune to radiant damage.
That's useless.
Yeah.
It's alright.
Yeah.
Min-maxers should stay quiet.
Hey, agreed.
like, there's literally like retarded in terms of stats. So shut up.
That's your own damn fault for like not rolling correctly.
Well, I'm sorry.
Oh, by
honestly,
the way, something I want to mention to all of you.
Mhm.
So all of you had a good night's rest in the tavern, so you all have a free inspiration die at the moment.
Yeah, I remembered to put it on my sheet.
There we go.
Yeah, I was like, I literally like tried to style up my so I was like, oh, I don't have to stay in a bed. It's a waste of money. And he's like, but you get free inspiration. I'm like, son of a bitch.
Well, anyway, I go first. You know, light a candle, use my perception to try and spot things ahead.
All right. So who's going behind Gildas?
Probably would be advantageous for Delon maybe go last because he has the horse,
Mhm.
and I can just movement complications are really kind of not as bad with Delon
True.
because he and his steed can just overcome a lot of crap. He also has unique abilities as a steed to overcome certain rough terrain.
Nice.
But I think that'd be the smarter task for him to be behind. I mean, despite him being the heavy, Gildas is also a heavy in his own right. So
Right.
having Roderick also be sandwiching or being behind Gildas would also be smart. And then Noma's filter behind Roderick.
Yep.
And then
So about like this.
yeah. And then I go last to watch all that stuff. I have the high ground and all that, and if nothing else, I can always just like move over, rar, fire my laser, 30 feet direction, bitch, line them up.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, you do have like 60 feet like movements. It's like you don't give a shit about difficult terrain. I mean,
Yeah.
no,
So
you're
really,
slowly, yeah.
Exactly.
Mhm.
Well, time to go cave exploring then.
Alrighty. So the party begins marching in their line.
I'll be inching forward first because, like, I don't know how far Filcher went in because, like,
Filcher stopped about here.
yeah. So that means there shouldn't be any traps until then. So about there. Let's see. With my candle, just how far can I see?
So
Is what-
you can see about 30 feet, which is about this way at the
Right.
moment. And anything past that becomes like very grayed out and like amorphous and shadowy.
Right. So from there, then I'm gonna check if there's any trap or like little pockets of wall goblins that may come out.
Wall goblins.
I mean, he did warn us, so
16.
that's a 16.
All right. So with your 16, as you're looking down this way, Gildas, you don't see any traps. You can see that there is sort of like it's like a spire or like it's like a stalactite, but it's on the ground. It
Right,
goes straight up right here,
right.
which gives
Stalagmite.
which causes this to become difficult terrain on either side. But past that, you can also see that there is a goblin laying on his back, clutching a bottle. A bottle in one hand, and he's got his hand lazily on a scimitar in the other.
Uh-huh. Well, it's gonna make it difficult then to get past that, but hopefully I don't make too much noise.
If you're trying not to make too much noise here, I want you to roll a stealth roll.
Uh-huh, well, let's try it. Just making sure like people are behind me too before I go
Yes,
past
I
them.
will move the tokens as
Yeah.
appropriate.
So that's disadvantage though, because of heavy armor.
Yep.
It's okay, that's a 6.
Oof. Oof.
Clang, 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 clang.
All right, let's roll something for the goblins.
At least they're asleep. But damn.
But the drag.
Clang.
I mean, let's see if I make less noise than the river, like the waterfalls.
They got on the horse. It's okay in the future. You'll just mount me and I'll do the stealth.
So
Don't make this weird.
so they got a 9.
Clang, clang.
So as they're snoozing over here, the water echoes right beside them, so that's very loud here.
Mm-hmm.
It's actually very deafening. Like it creates like a white noise effect, probably aiding in their sleep. However, one of them does sort of like and just sort of wake up, rubbing one of his eyes, and then like it's very close, like sees you like barely a few feet away, and throws the bottle at you as he begins to like try to rush to stand up.
Well, I'm gonna try and make it quick and like. Actually, which one of the two? This one?
Yeah, this one.
Yeah. Well, before he gets up, I gotta get the bottle ready. Just gonna. I fuck it, two-handed. Fucking hell!
Aw.
But I'm taking the inspiration. It was like, honestly, every time it's the first attack of the day for a bill attack.
I also,
go.
well, that's true. I haven't declared it yet, so.
I know.
You were very quick to like, no, I'm taking inspiration. You're very
Oh.
quick for that.
Doesn't matter.
So, how would you like to kill this goblin?
I'm just gonna take the bottle, like, you know, just like do some kind of baseball thing with it. It's like check it out, but like swing with my Warhammer at the same time. Well, then boom, right in the face.
All right, so just smacks him right in the face, shattering
Yep.
on impact as he falls down, and begins floating down the water,
Okay, cool.
getting caught on this rock here.
Right. I was worried he would go that way.
No, the water's actually the highest over here.
Oh, okay.
It goes, it flows in this
Flows
direction.
downward. Okay, now
Yeah.
I see. Right. So these are like stairs that go up and no, not down. Then
Yes.
you assume. Oh, okay. Well,
The cave goes up and like this direction goes up. And in order to get over to here would require some finagling. There are you can't see those at the moment yet though.
no.
So it's alright.
But don't say anything. Then.
Yeah.
All right. Well then, time to kill the second one then, if I can.
He is still asleep. He didn't hear his buddy waking up.
Right. So that would be advantage then on the roll, right?
Yep.
I think he
I believe
technically
you
is he helpless?
What the
he's-
hell is that?
okay. So I'm treating like when you attack somebody who's asleep, you will auto hit them, but you won't get like a crit and max damage kind of thing.
Oh, because if they're helpless, that's technically what should happen.
I know, but I'm treating it slightly differently because you don't want me
Yeah,
doing that to you.
Yeah, that's true.
Well,
It's not
Leslie
fair. It's not
nudged
so that you don't get the benefit. It's so that I don't get the benefit.
The Nutcracker.
right. Is
But
Leslie
it-
nudged his deep? What happened?
So this goblin gets smacked and takes a little bit of a nudge here as he immediately springs up, shouting very loudly, "Ah! And just shouting things in Goblin, multiple profanities. As
Does anybody here speak Goblin?
I'll say like loudly in Orc. Stop sleeping on the job. You're daft.
So he whips around at you, and like he rubs his eyes a little bit, and I want you to make a persuasion roll with that, or intimidation, one of the two.
I have neither, so
Intimidate.
yeah. Well, let's see, persuasion. I mean, I'm not proficient anyway, so whatever. Oh wait, hold on. It should be normal, but I think the first one.
And
Is,
it's the second one is the advantage one usually.
Yeah.
So,
Yep.
not only does he, after rubbing his eyes, immediately stand upright, he raises up his scimitar hand in a weak little salute. Ah! And he speaks this time to you in common. What brings you back to the Horde? You were banished.
I have extremely grave news for the leader.
Leader doesn't speak to us. But, that away if you want to speak to leader.
The goblin will shuffle a bit this way and gesture in this direction. But then he'll also see some people over here.
Huh? You bring
They're prisoners.
prisoners. I
Yes.
see. I'd go down path. Warn that you bring prisoners. Oh, the fighting ring will be so fun tonight. I bet on your strongest fighter.
So he jumps across the little creek there and begins speaking to goblins down the way as he disappears. Before coming back. Multiple goblins come back and look at you, Gildas. A few of them sort of scratch their heads or ears. A few seem confused that you're here at all. The one that spoke to them says,
I know he no look like orc. I think he got cursed. Cursed into ugly human.
I nod.
one of the goblins looks at you, Gildas, and goes,
Most unfortunate, you get fleshy pink molds.
another one nods as well.
True, but at least he has hair.
No, they're adorable. Can we keep them?
At least I am not woman, you're right. Yeah.
True.
Then I'll say, prisoners, come forward. Common. Well, it's essentially just for you to come. The question is, what now? Do we jump them? Or do they...
So as the prisoners come forward, they look at the prisoners and they see they have weapons and they all take a step back.
Ah! Why prisoners armed?
The only
Do
one
not
that
worry.
doesn't jump back is the one that you spoke to.
Do not worry. I have proved my superiority to them. They will not attack.
Exactly. Pack tactics, you see? Alpha. Don't worry. They gladiators for fighting ring.
And they all start cheering.
Fighting ring. Fighting ring. Fighting ring.
Although, we don't really know how things work there, so... Could you leave us for, well, 30 seconds so that I can explain explain the rules to them, how it works.
They nod and begin leaving, and you hear them counting.
1, 2. What comes after 2? I think it was 4. Yeah, 4.
Oh. After they leave, I'll turn back and say... So what do we do now? I haven't really planned that far.
The nat 20 intimidation.
I mean, yeah, on the one, I am perplexed. On one hand, I feel sorry for them. On the other, they have taken lives and have been a nuisance to all in these lands. Quite a conundrum. If only their childish ways could be used in a more fruitful manner, this whole situation could be avoided.
Indeed. Suppose if I can deceive them long enough, I can get to the leader quite easily.
Hmm.
The hardest part will most likely, bringing you all together.
Hmm.
Though, the leader might want to sample the product, so to speak. So,
Perhaps if we meet the leader, I can challenge him in a duel, show my dominance. In doing so, if I am victorious, and should my lady desire it, and my fortunes be good, it would show that I am the strongest in this outfit.
right. And since the goblins already believe I am the strongest, if you beat him, that means I will be stronger than him as well. So,
Agreed. Hmm. Yes, I like this plan. 'Tis an interesting one. What say
Right.
you, Sir Roderick?
I don't particularly want to weaken ourselves by putting ourselves in any bad position. However, we are in a fortunate position as well. We, for all intents and purposes, thanks to Gildos, have free reign of the Goblin Horde without aggroing and antagonizing the goblins. I would say the only one we have to fear is whoever their leader is. For if the leader striked and said, kill them, they would immediately change their tune.
Indeed.
But we can have an ample opportunity. In a
Right.
way, we could use this to scour the entire place and avoid the boss until we need to. Or we could attempt to meet the boss right away. But that would put us in a very disadvantaged position. For all, we'd have goblins on all sides, and men who deal with goblins do not honor agreements. I'm sorry, Talon, but if you challenged him to a duel, it would not be a one-on-one.
'Tis an expectation, unfortunately, Sir Roderick. But that is the way of the night, is it not?
And I suppose it would be our duty to make it as much of a one-on-one as possible.
We have an opportunity at this moment. And of course, Nomus Fincher being able to scour every amount of land and finding the ruby is a priority as well. I have not forgotten the agreement I have made.
Good. I can do some scouring as long as those goblins are informed to stay away from me.
I think we have a mutually beneficial moment of a rare opportunity. Let us use it. See if we can scour as much of this territory as possible. Play along if need be. And then when the opportunity strikes, we find their leader and we deal with it henceforth. Knowledge of the land is also as important as the enemy.
Exactly. And if I see a few traps, and I'm allowed to look at them, I could either try to disarm them, or bring back information so that we could use them instead.
Agreed. What say you, Gildas?
That sounds fine to me.
Baskerville chips in. I'm not quite sure if I agree with putting ourselves in a place where we could become gladiators. It gives a bad taste in my mouth, you see.
From what I heard, you were once a grand gladiator of the time. I'm sure you
Yes,
can
of
play the
course.
part just as well.
Yes, yes. However, that was a gladiator for different types. This is a gladiator for goblins. Different clientele.
Well, I'm sure you'll show yourself well enough.
Yeah.
Roderick chips in. Have no fear, Baskerville. With the Lord on our backs, and if all goes according to plan, we will have no need or desire to become gladiators. It's a farce. Alrighty, so at the same time as the party is deliberating what to do,
Oh yeah, the goblins showed up.
So, Bub, as you step into
Mhm.
the goblin horde after the
Oh no, he's
goblins,
gonna do everything.
you see 3 goblins walking about, heading to certain places.
Right. I'm gonna be crawling on the ceiling, just so they don't spot me.
Alrighty. So as you crawl on the ceiling, where are you, I want you to move your token to where you're moving to on the ceiling.
Okay, and approximately how high does the ceiling go?
It's decently high. You can actually see on the walls certain places of discoloration and like sediment deposits. This cave clearly has flooded it multiple times in the past.
Okay. So, let's see. Is this like difficult terrain? Just to be clear.
So this over here is a crumbled wall that is that's just crumbled and fallen, and usually somebody would have to make a certain check to climb over it. If you're on the ceiling, however,
Right.
you can perhaps try to squeeze through that space.
Okay. In that case, I'm gonna move over to the east. Is the black stuff dark like a pit or?
No, this is essentially a roof. This is impassable. Like
Okay.
similar with this is impassable because this is like a cave. This is like the wall of the cave kind of thing.
Okay. All right. I'm just gonna move. Yeah, that's 5 squares, so that's close to my movement speed. I'm just gonna be looking around and see. I'm looking around with my 2 heads to see what's around.
All right, so make I believe it's a perception roll with your 2 heads is with advantage.
Yeah.
All right, roll it.
Yeah. Do you want me to actually roll for it? Okay.
Yes. Because you could see more.
Okay. 16.
All right. So from your position here, Bub, you can see that there is a tripwire right here.
Mm-hmm.
The goblins noticeably step over it.
Okay.
You can also see that. I will get the painting tool out.
I feel like I should mark the map. Yeah, there we go. Cool.
You also can see multiple wolves in here, and they're also lots of bones, dead goblins, dead people, armaments, and the like. This is like a pit, and the wolves are all like ravenous looking, like ready to eat whatever comes in the pit.
So that's how they get rid of people. Got it.
From your position as well, you can see that there is these steps here lead down into here, and there is a torch somewhere up in here.
Very interesting. Let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So I can get through that room in 1 turn to see what's on the other side. I think I'm gonna go ahead and do that. I guess technically I could do it faster, but I won't. Gotta be stealthy. Should I roll for stealth?
Yes.
Okay, I'm not sure if I get advantage or not, but...
So, as you're crawling on the ceiling, one wolf raises his head up and immediately begins snarling. And then all of them instantly do the same. One goblin comes rushing down at the head of the stairs.
Quiet! Quiet! Shut up! No fighting yet! Later tonight, we got prisoners! Gladiator! So shut up!
And he will throw a stick at one of them that bonks it on the head. Alright, so back with the party.
Uh-huh.
So you see as you're discussing this, and I do mean almost exactly as you're finishing up what your plan to do is, you see Gildos in Veskerville. Over here you can see two goblins just jump over the ground, and then one of them begins climbing up a wall and walking on what looks like thin air. Another one leaps across here and pauses when he sees you.
Huh? Oh no! Huh?
And he's going to immediately begin trying to dash away.
Oh, hold on. And then I'll say, I've done doing the explaining. Come back here.
It pauses for a moment and narrows its eyes at you.
Now you. So that I look at it and say, now your friend, one that went over there. Like I point to the stairs.
So the goblins all come back, and this one immediately rushes over.
Why you listen to him? He evil. He killed our captain.
Three of the goblins look at this goblin, and then one of them shoves this goblin back.
You banish. Go away. We don't listen. Yeah, you
Hey.
banish. No, they killed our captain. They're evil. Kill him. Why you listen? You banish.
Shoves him again.
You banished. I don't like you. You banished.
Hey, don't push me in water. Banish.
I intervened, but at the same time, there's like one less goblin, so. Let nature run its course.
So this goblin, not wanting to be pushed into the water, and the stream is decently fast, will draw his scimitar.
You are brain dead. Brain dead.
Just gonna cross the stream, you know.
And he kills one of the other goblins.
Oh wow.
Oh no.
What
Traitor.
do we get?
Traitor. You were Spanish. You traitor.
Uh-oh. Oh, okay.
So the goblins begin infighting.
Uh-huh.
And I will
Oh,
actually
boy.
keep rolling until the result is finished.
Huh. Just look back at the party and like this is to my head tell them to come over to the other side.
So as you pass by Gildas, one of the goblins stabs the traitor as he begins bleeding profusely. But he keeps fighting.
Taking a while.
So
It's what
the one that you intimidated, gets a critical hit and cuts the traitor goblin's head clean off, holds it up in the air, and yells, "Traitor!" and rushes over to you. "We killed traitor!"
Yeah.
You're getting a promotion, dude.
Yeah, I do double boss soon. The other goblins look at each other and narrow their eyes. Nuh-uh.
He gets to be boss, you get to be co-boss. How's that sound?
Koboss! They sound like kobold.
So
you see.
sad.
Bub feels a
Come on.
disturbance in the forest.
Oh, you see, co-boss is better at kobold because kobold don't get to be co-boss.
See? You listen to Big Boss, our little boss, these two co-boss. See? Yeah!
Gildos, you have 3 goblins following you around.
Well, let's see if I can convert them later.
Oh my god, if you're able to convert them into like your companions of like religious companions, I will
Yes.
laugh.
So, Delon, behind you, you see a goblin just kind of like walking, not hiding at all, just sort of like slumping and kicking a rock down the path as he's coming down behind you. The rock clunks against the back of your armor harmlessly, and he pauses.
Huh?
I have come for the fight in gladiators. Your companions over there.
Let's see. This one actually was one of the ones in the trees. So I'm going to
Well
make
then he
it
saw me
make
best. Then he saw me best as the orc.
Well, there's
Ooh,
a
hey,
specific
listen,
tree that he was in. So he narrows his eyes at you, draws his scimitar, and points it at you.
Don't move.
And he will walk around you holding the scimitar drawn, and then look across the way.
Hey! You see any funny intruders this way? You don't talk to me like that. I co-goblin.
One of the other ones chips in.
Quiet, quiet. I'm mini boss. Whoa, who are you? Banish. What do you want, Banish? Intruders heading this way. Kill entire camp. We might be in big doo-doo. Yeah, well, we got strong gladiators now. Let's see them try.
The other goblin just sort of looks at you, Delon, and then looks at the other goblins and your traveling companions, and then just puts his scimitar away and begins walking.
Okay.
Huh?
You go stand guard over there.
I'm not gonna lie, like Delon gets like a slight chuckle out of that. If anyone is perceptive enough, Delon's horse just like rolls its eyes.
Well, I guess if I pay attention, I'd see that.
It's
But
fine.
like, I'm more focused on the
It's fine,
goblins. Like, right then. I guess we get the tour then.
So, I'm gonna switch back over to Bub. So, Bub, up over here in the north. So, what do you do while still on the ceiling?
Okay. So, can I see the any other goblins?
So from this position, you don't see any more goblins from where you are. You do see that there were some goblins, around through here that look to be walking on air.
What? They've adapted. Yeah, so Bub finds that interesting, but he doesn't want to be detected by the wolves anymore, so he's going to continue to the east. And I'm just going to see what's down these different halls.
Alrighty. So move yourself in the places where you're looking. So up in here is a dead end where a cave-in happened. Same with about over here.
Okay.
Down this way is a little stream. You can see a bunch of dirty goblin clothes.
Uh-huh.
They're just piled up in the corner. And it stinks really bad.
Okay. I'll stay away from that then. And let's go I guess let's see what's up here.
Alright, so move yourself back to about here real quick. So as you get here, as you're on the ceiling, you can see a bunch of... You can see something on the ceiling right in your direction. So right on the ceiling from about here down over to here, there is something on the ceiling that winds and goes through. It's not a rope, but it's something that it looks like it's some sort of fuse or something.
Uh-oh. And can I see where it starts from?
It starts from right about in here.
Mm-hmm. And so it leads to the ceiling.
It leads to a risen up place,
Mm-hmm.
a ledge that's actually got a highest viewpoint from here. This place is very high up, and there's one goblin standing there, looking at attention.
Okay, shit. I gotta take care of this guy who's gonna blow this place up.
He's standing next to what looks to be a push-down switch. Similar to a TNT, just push-down lever.
Oh, shit. Okay. I think I'm gonna stealthily approach and try to stop him, because that seems pretty bad.
Alrighty. So roll stealth.
Very stealthily approach.
That's an 8.
Do I get advantage because he doesn't see me though?
No. Remember, you do have an inspiration die if you want to,
yeah, I don't want us to blow up, so...
9. Let's go.
Wait, should I click the button again, or should I take the 20?
Inspiration die, I believe, let you re-roll one roll, or add, I think it's a d6 to a roll if you haven't done it, before the declaration has been declared, if you've been seen or not. I think.
Okay. Alright, that's a 20.
Alright.
The other one's a 0.
They goblins are not wise.
They're not. They are not.
So, this goblin is standing vigilant, but he's not. He doesn't see you.
Yeah. So I'm crawling under, and what I'm gonna do is all of a sudden, some spidery legs and a mouth are just gonna come out and grab him.
Alright, roll sizzle beef.
Sizzle beef.
Yeah, sizzle beef.
Okay. And bite.
It's
24.
that's from MSTK, Red Brown, and he like rolled off this thing, and they went roll Fizzle Beef, because that was his name, Fizzle Beef.
How do I do the damage on this though?
Click the attack on the chat log. Because I don't think it's auto-rolling damage and crit. There you go.
Okay.
So 11 piercing.
Yeah, 11 damage, and he has to make a fortitude save.
Alright.
DC 11. Or take more damage. I'll tell you how much, but let me know if it makes it save or not.
It made the save.
Okay, he takes 6 more damage. So, 17 damage.
Alright, so how would you like to thoroughly kill this thing? You did more than double its health and damage.
So, seeing that it's like literally right next to the switch where there's a big explosive, suddenly some spidery arms and legs come up and they grab each part of the goblin like he's going to make a grapple and throw him off, but instead he pulls it closer and suddenly spidery teeth starts moving back and forth as I just like swallow the goblin and make sure to use the poison to paralyze it so it cannot hear the screams as my teeth crunch it to death.
Alright. So this goblin is thoroughly dead.
Good. Okay.
So now I need to make another. Huh.
It's still not a 20.
It's still below a 20, but it's a nat 20 though. That's where I'm like, huh. Okay, so this is what I'll have happen. So a goblin hears the crunching and climbs up on this rock here and begins walking forwards.
Okay.
But he's also not fully aware what's happening up here.
Cool.
So you could make an attack on him before he notices.
Time to lunge at this fucker too.
Bob hate goblins.
23.
Roll damage.
Cool. Alright, this doesn't hit as hard. 10 damage. Plus, let me know if it makes it save.
It definitely does.
Damn, they're swole boys making their save.
I know.
He takes an additional 5 damage though.
So that's 15 damage. How would you like to, again, thoroughly crush this goblin?
So I see that this other goblin is coming this way, and I don't want him to jump on the switch. So I just like jump my entire body at him, such that my body covers up, and I like basically open my mouth, and the lunge and the crunch downward just kills him in one fell swoop.
Alright. So this goblin over here doesn't notice. As you kill 2 goblins. Alrighty. And you wanted to investigate, Bub, the section over here, correct?
Yeah, finally.
Gotta handle the dangers, Bub.
I know.
You did see this goblin here as well. He's hiding in like an alcove, just kind of like ready to lunge from his hidden position.
I have a question.
Yes.
So regarding the trap, I'm wondering if my web would disarm it. Probably not. Because you said it was like a rope and a fuse.
So it's a fuse that lines along the ceiling that's tied to basically like an old school TNT like detonator.
All right, I'm not gonna touch it because that's too dangerous.
I was gonna say if you want to roll nature maybe to see if you know anything about how goblin traps usually are. I was gonna say that if you wanted.
Might as well go for it. 8.
So,
I
Bub,
really hate goblins.
you really hate goblins, but you hate them so much you never bothered to learn about them.
That's right.
They weren't worth it.
Yeah, in that case, I'm gonna go up and investigate.
All right, so as you get up into this section, which I'll let you move your token over there. So there's a large pile of bones over here,
Hmm.
and it looks like there's bones with some like armor still on them, but the armor is torn to ribbons. Most of the weaponry up here is torn to ribbons. This seems like a discard pile. And there's also, it just seems to be filled with both some fresh corpses and also just picked clean corpses. Like, it's just something where they stowed dead people as well, it seems. As you're in here, Bub, let's see. Roll me a perception roll.
Okay.
Spider-Man.
Can't just take my passive.
21. Let me
21.
see. What is the
There we go.
passive of the spider? I think it's better than yours.
I think it's
a 14.
it's not better than 21.
No. So, in the bone pile, as you're looking at it, Bub, you see a shiny, like, buried beneath, like, at least 5 corpses. It shimmers in the low light of the cave.
I'm gonna like reach a leg and grab it.
Alright, so, Bub, as you reach this out, a blade glows as you hold it in your hand. It is a scimitar, which is glowing off, giving off a low glow.
Very cool.
Despite being in a pile of dead, bleeding bodies, it shows no rust. And it seems
Hey.
sharp as ever.
Alright, I'm gonna stow it away.
Congratulations, Bub, you have found a +1 scimitar that has a lighting effect. So it's basically a
Cool.
torch and a scimitar at the same time.
Well, I'll be sure to give you guys one, whoever can make use of it later. Alright. Honestly, I should wait to see what happens to your guys' plan before I do anything else.
Yeah, that's what I was about to segue to. So back with the rest of the party. Gelos, as you lead the way through the cave, I will say, as you all are in this section over here, Gelos, as you're walking, one of the goblins tugs on your sort of one of the cloth parts of your outfit.
Don't push that lever. You'll drown us all.
Alright. Don't touch. Got it.
And there's a switch right here that triggers a trap of some sort.
I mean, it's clearly gonna flood the cavern, so it's good to know for later.
Let's see. So Sir Roderick, Baskerville, and Delon, basically everybody can see on this island here, there is a glowing mushroom. It gives off a faint, luminescent, like purplish glow. Specifically right here. Baskerville is going to go over and make a athletics check. Alright, he succeeds. Baskerville swims over to the little island and plucks the magic mushroom. Never know when a good old shiny little luminescent mushroom could come in handy.
Right. Can I act as a makeshift torch? No, I don't have. Yeah then, on to the cave. I make my way there.
So the goblin, I'm gonna mark this one as the goblin that is like mini boss, so to speak. I'm gonna give him something as a mark so you can differentiate him.
Yep.
That'll work. So he walks past you, taps you on like your leg for a moment, and goes,
I'll go first. Sick and tired of these dumb, weaker goblins dishing big orc just 'cause he pink.
Yeah, you smart.
This whole session has been incredible. Like, just one amazing roll has completely changed the dynamic of this whole damn thing. It's wonderful.
it is. Like, I never would have expected that.
Me neither. Yeah.
You're like, man, I always rolled crap at the beginning, but okay, I killed one. I rolled for like intimidate. Oh shit, a 20. Well, I know goblin and
No.
orc, so let's try that. Oh shit, they're all following now. Well, you know, I put some background on my character, and maybe they'll become my buddies. I mean, fuck it, why not?
So this goblin pops out, and a few goblins come over looking at him.
Who say you abandoned post? I do. I mini boss now. When do you get promotion? We want promotion. You get promotion for hard work. Mini boss, kill traitor and banisher.
And he holds up the head.
Oh. Now, you all listen to Big Orc. Big Orc, he banish. No more. Big Orc, big Orc. He come with gifts. Fighting ring. He just suffer a weird curse. He fleshy now. Fleshy? Yeah.
I was just like sitting there behind, in the darkness, just rolling my eyes.
You're like,
It's like, how long can I keep this up? Right. Me was cursed, Me fight pigskin, but he follow God, and when I killed pigskin, God cursed me. Turned me to another pigskin as well.
Wretched pink skins. They and their weird fancy tongues. We don't like them. We hate how they burn us. Good, she bright flash, big boom. Didn't hurt.
So the party will follow in behind.
I see Felcher has found the invisible bridge.
Yep. So in this section, the little goblin that calls himself Mini Boss rushes over to a pile of bones and takes an oversized helmet off of a corpse and places on himself.
Mini boss!
So he has a giant helmet on his head now. It's clearly the size for like a human or a orc or something, but he's just wearing it proudly as a symbol of status.
Legend.
yeah, fucking based.
Right. Mini boss. Actually, do you want your 1v1 other character? Who's like, I'm gonna try and set it up right now. If you don't mind.
What do you want me to do? What?
I
At a
mean,
game?
do you want the 1v1 with the boss leader, whatever? It's like, I might try
Yeah, I mean, we could do it by all means.
I mean, it seems like the goblins are infatuated with me anyway, so like, maybe able to set it up. And
Yeah, they
say,
seem infatuated by you. It seems like a much better fortitude for you to
Yeah.
just keep doing what you're doing then.
right. So, mini boss, I have an idea for gladiators. See. You see, me stronger, but this one, no point to you, Dalan. This one really strong, and I think he might be able to entertain you in a 1v1 with other boss. You know, duel for the crowd.
We not sure if other boss agree. Other boss carry big stick and chant weird things. Other boss not dares to bother.
Chat weird thing.
I'm sure if you tell him this, he'll be interested. After all, who dares challenge his smartness?
Mini boss be right back. You'll all be on good behavior.
Bub, as I'm gonna move you back to about here after getting the sword, you see
Yeah.
two goblins communicate, one with an oversized helmet, and then they begin leaving together, heading down a tunnel.
Interesting.
Now you go in there and you tell Big Boss that Mini Boss said that he has challenged to authority. Now go. Why do I have to do it? 'Cause you were asleep. Not today. Last week. You can't even count to 5. Eat out 5 in a week, eat 4. Stupid. Go.
Let's see. I'm gonna try and like hear what they say from there.
All right.
So, perception, yes, no.
Yes, perception.
15.
15. Alright. So, a goblin comes over and begins speaking in goblin to a figure that you can't see at the moment. The figure responds in goblin, but has a very non-goblin tone to his voice. Sounds like an old man.
Uh-huh. Not too bad I don't speak goblin.
And then the goblin begins saying something else, and he barks something in Orcish. Silence! There is no challenge. The goblin cowers instantly, as with your 15 in perception, you can see a raging fire begins to fill the room.
Uh-huh.
Shortly after, you hear the goblins screech in agony as a corpse is blasted through here, barely recognizable, just completely singed to black.
Mm-hmm. Oh, damn.
All the goblins over here begin cowering.
Do not.
Alright. Good
Don't
news. He used a spell.
Right.
He had to have used a spell. in order
It could have
to-
been a cantrip, though.
Right.
It's still a spell.
You see, BD boss, what happened?
He's at a disadvantage, gentlemen. He has to rest in order to get it back.
What happens there, midi boss, means that other boss is scared of authority, scared of you all. That's why he intimidates with fire. That's why he burns. To make you scared.
But you intimidate with Club.
I know, but you prefer club or you prefer fire? Good.
The goblins all look at each other.
Prefer not Club or fire.
Alright. Well then, if you keep being mini boss and follow me, you won't get Club. No. You'll get to Club.
I get to Club.
Uh-huh. We'll talk about it later, but for now, see, we have strong goblins there, and we have strong gladiators there. So, how about we banish Fire Boss? How does that sound? Fire Boss bad. He's a D.
So a lot of the goblins begin looking around in like a mischievous and also worried way and begin murmuring to each other.
Banish fire, but banish fire, boss. Not kill fire, but just banish. Oh. Banish or come back to banish fire, boss will banish or Coop got banish. Oh, that big. Yeah.
Make a persuasion though, with advantage.
I will also help if need be.
Yeah. I mean, I could cast guidance on myself, but I don't want to. I feel like if
That's why I
do-
would help. I would just like add like a quote unquote inspiration to any one of your checks.
Yeah, but please do.
There's the help action that you can take, but he already gets advantage. But
Oh, Delon has like a bardic inspiration type of thing that he can do a few times a day.
oh, okay, I didn't know that.
Yeah.
Technically, actually, if we depending on whether or not we want to go with the new iteration, where it's just as long as I can see you, you just get plus my proficiency on whatever.
I
yeah,
like the die better because the plus
Okay.
that as long as you can see is a little too it's
Hopefully.
constant instead of constant variable kind of thing.
True. At this point, like I said, I handed you a literal die.
Yeah.
I can see you. Here's a literal die. I already have the die as well. I still haven't used from combat. I can give you one. I can only do it a few times before long rests. So if you want one, I can just do it to you now.
How many times do you have actually?
Let's see. Let me look at it real quickly. Because I have it all written down.
I believe it's based off his charisma modifier per times a day.
You are correct, sir. You are correct. It is based on the amount of times, which I have 4. So I can do about 4 times.
Right.
And I know you've already done it, I think, once or twice
Once.
last session.
I've done it once.
Once.
Yeah, he did it once. I remember. So I think if you give me like one now, like keep like the other 2 for the boss fight, then.
Absolutely.
Yep.
I can hand you one heroic inspiration, and it's just a.
Thank you.
I can roll. You can have the roll. Add the result to a check, whatever. Let's say to do so, use this bonus action. Reduce a creature exposures. Yeah, I'll just flavor wise, I'll join and say. What were you saying specifically, Gildas?
I was goading them into banishing Fire Boss, actually.
I'm a fire boss. As a being is like a leader who does not contribute themselves to the helping of his clan does not deserve nor should be given the respect of the subordinates beneath him. 'Tis a dishonorable act, and one that is ill-befitting of such creatures such as yourselves. Is that not correct, big boss? And I just give like a faint smile.
Of course.
And then you can roll your die however you want.
Yeah. So that's. What exactly do I roll? Like, what kind of dice? No, do a d20?
It is a
D6?
d6.
I believe you add a d6 to your roll. It works similar
Well-
to Bardic Inspiration, but it's a plus. It's like a plus. Instead of it's the d6 kind of thing instead of a d4. Got a 1 on it. Okay, so that's a 12. So, luckily, goblins aren't hard to convince, especially for betrayals. And you have been basically playing into them for a bit, so they're They're already on your side, so the check was easier. So, as you bring it up and they murmur to each other, eventually, Mini-Boss turns around to the other goblins and adjusts his helmet and raises his scimitar up.
Banish Fire Boss!
The others all raise their scimitar.
Banish Fire Boss!
Not so loud, not so loud. It's gonna hear.
Let him
Can I hear them?
We banish!
Alright, but before then, war console.
Bub, you
Got the
do
right.
hear in the echoes nearby, you hear like a
Banish Fire Boss!
down the way. At the shout of Banish Fire Boss, the last two goblins begin making their way down.
So I can hear them talking and stuff.
You can.
Okay.
The goblins at least are not being quiet.
Okay. So in
Like,
that
at
case,
all.
I'm just gonna look around the corner to see what's here.
I love Bub is the dun-dun-dun-dun-dun-dun.
That's the whole reason I wanted Spider to be my main form, so I can be the party scout since we don't have.
So, Bub, as you're wandering around through here, it's a weirdly open space, almost a little too open, but it is immaculate. In this area here, you can see a bed. You can also see several glasses, like wine glasses, and a few bottles of wine. And this corner here, you can see a bookshelf.
Mm-hmm.
But all the books seem to not be on the shelf. And roll me a perception roll.
Yeah, so I was just about to ask to do that. Perception. That's
14.
a 14.
Alright, so you can hear a lot of shuffling from within here.
Mm-hmm.
And you can hear glass moving, certain things being rattled about, and somebody making quick footfalls inside.
Okay. I want to time this perfectly, but Bub doesn't know. Well, he knows what the party's doing, but can they do it fast enough before this guy runs?
Oh, we don't know he's running is the thing. I mean, I guess I could perhaps try and hear him, but at the same time, how would I know? It's like I got like goblin shouting right next to me, so
Yeah. You know what? If you want to try to hear it, I'll let you roll a perception roll with disadvantage.
yeah. Well, let's do it. Like, see if I can somehow catch something. That's a 9.
You do not.
No. Yep.
I figured this room would be trapped, but I don't see anything. And he said the books are off the shelves.
Yes, like there's no books in the shelves.
Huh. Strange. So I'm
The
gonna,
shelf is a little dusty though, and where the books were, there's no dust.
I'm gonna poke my head around the corner.
Bub, roll initiative.
Okay.
Oh shit.
Damn it. What?
Bub died without us knowing he was there.
Really? I don't. Not even a stealth roll.
Nope, because
Oh, alarm.
you triggered something that he had set up before, essentially.
Damn it. Yeah. Damn it. Oh well. I mean, Bub. There's no way he would know.
Exactly.
Okay. Initiative. I'm just double checking the spider to see if it's any different. 16. Yeah, so it's +3. Do you add proficiency to initiative? No.
There should be an initiative click somewhere.
Yeah.
Yeah, I just don't remember where it is.
It's right below
It's
the
right.
initial value.
It's right below. Right
Yeah, I
above
see
your
it.
hit points.
This is gonna be wrong though. It needs to be too higher.
Too higher.
Fucking shit.
Oh no. Ooh.
It's okay. As long as you don't die, I can spare the dying.
Well, it's bound to happen eventually. I've actually been rolling kind of average today, so.
Ah, it's touch. It's not ranged. Fuck.
I need
Well,
to
he's
add
gonna win this,
bubs to the token.
It's 4.
Okay, so
Like, it
yeah,
doesn't
4.
really matter, but
4, yeah, but it is still an out one.
it happens.
It's okay.
I
Just use
bet I'm missing the overpowered Baldur's Gate party initiative at this point.
Hold on, give me a quick second. Gotta find the right track somewhere over here.
Not gonna Eldritch Blast me.
Mm-mm. He sees a giant, he sees a really big spider. It's gonna do something else. Where is it? That one. That's the one I wanted.
What's the third bar for? The red one.
That one is your AC.
Okay.
No, wait, the 14 is your AC, the 10 is your
Yeah.
passive perception.
Oh, well, it's definitely higher.
I could need to change something on your token.
Yeah, I'm
but,
just thinking, where should I have my spider HP?
Yeah,
I mean, I can just keep track of it.
yeah, that would be nice. Because
okay.
I believe your spider HP is about 40 or so.
44.
Yeah. So this dude, because you rolled a nat 1, bub, he basically gets to surprise round you. So he takes a free moment to move away from you.
I try to surprise him. Ah! Doesn't come out that way because I can't talk, but Bub doesn't even know that yet. I should be like 30 feet in the air.
Mm-hmm.
Oh well, he's a warlock. He probably has enough range. I guess I have to
If
make a
you
reflex
somehow
save.
manage to beat this Ev, if you somehow manage to solo this guy and come out and be like, I did it. Yep. Well, you're dead, bub. Yeah, I think
Make a
Bub's
dex
legit
save.
dead.
Okay. Well, I didn't make the save. Fuck. Let's hope he rolls shit for damage.
So it's I believe 8d6.
Yeah, it says 86. Oh shit.
Oh,
You are super dead. You're super
No,
dead.
I take it.
I believe Bub's spider form is like 20 something health, maybe.
I have 9 HP left.
9 HP in spider form. All right.
Holy shit! If you weren't a druid,
So he wiggles his staff and says, "Wretched cur, moving into my cave while I'm casting magic. Don't you know who I am? Iggy Flaster!" And he shouts, "Fireball!" As a fireball just shoots straight towards you, it explodes. All of you hear this, by the way, on the other end, as a massive explosion rings out through the cave. The goblins who were, like, jumping up and down for, like, banish the fire boss, all suddenly become instantly quiet and wide-eyed. Fire boss hurt.
Mini boss, it is time. It's time to assault.
Yeah.
My friend went around the cave is attacking fire boss. We need to help.
You
Probably.
heard him. Get fire boss.
I love that you say probably at the end of it.
I mean, well, I don't know if it's Bab or someone else, or like it's Filcher, you know. I mean, it's probably like, yeah, I think it's probably Filcher, like, in character. So like, we help. Well, we kind of need to, but. So, is that like open there?
It is. So a bunch of goblins begin using their bonus actions to just sprint as far as they can to go around the back. And several goblins move into places. I will make a
This is
note that
amazing.
mini-boss puts himself behind other goblins.
I mean,
Makes
yeah,
sense.
yeah.
Right.
Cannon fodder.
Alright, I want all of you to roll initiative
Yep.
before I attack Bub once more.
I forgot to click my token again. Hold on.
What do you mean attack me once more? He just used a spell.
No, you roll a nat 1 on initiative.
Yeah? That
He
means
got. I
lost
said he got to
initiative.
surprise around you.
What? But he wasn't hidden. That's not how that works.
No, I'm doing critical success on initiative and as well.
Yeah.
This is why when I saw the nat 1, I was like,
I failed that save. That's the bad part. Guys!
Well,
You know what? I think it's fair. I'm going to re-roll initiative. I don't know what I'm doing wrong. The initiative says like 1 on it for some reason.
Yeah, you rolled a 6. Yep.
Yeah, you rolled a
Yeah.
6. I believe that you're. Hold on. Take a look at Devon. Yeah, that's correct, because you have a 1 in dex.
Right. Okay. I think honestly, considering Bub might fucking die, and this is the line we're talking about.
Well, I'd be fine if I wasn't the prize round.
Right. So I think at this point he's gonna go into inspiration. I'm gonna use that to re-roll. If that's okay.
Yeah.
For initiative.
I believe. Yeah, I think I'll allow you to use the one you slept in the bed for that. I'll be nice.
Alright.
Select this
Fuck.
token.
No, it doesn't matter. Fuck.
We'll take the 7.
That was a waste of inspiration. Well, Bub, you're dead. I'm sorry, I tried.
Well, we'll see.
it's fine.
We
Just
will
say-
actually see, honestly. Man,
do-
that's
do
what
you
it's
say-
for.
Do your saving throw first. Like your death saving throws first.
Yeah.
I'm not dying yet.
Oh yeah. That's why I said if you're down, I have spared the dying, you won't die.
Yeah.
If I get to you. If I get to you. It's like I don't know how that's gonna go at the moment.
So, luckily, the goblins get to move again. Bub, you see some goblins begin rushing in behind you. They just see the spider on the ceiling, and that's just singed and burned. and then they see the fire boss, and one of them is going to attempt to shoot a short bow at him. It fails. As the arrow shoots through the sky. Finish fire boss! Iggy Vlastu simply waves his hand as the arrow deflects off the air in front of him. Silence. Fire boss is very mad at you. You will get 30 burnings. Yeah. Another goblin's going to shoot a short bow. As without looking, the arrow just plings off the air around him. I will shoot 2 more short bows.
He has shield up, and they're rolling bad. Oh, there we go.
So one arrow seems to lose a lot of momentum as it goes to strike at Iggy Vlastu, and then one shoots into his shoulder. For that, it's death by fire. Your whole goblin line will end in purgatory. Sir Roderick will... let's see. It's okay, they're smaller than him, it shouldn't be a problem. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Damn. So Roderick will move to get a little closer next round.
You can't end here, provided that's not a wall.
It is a crumbled wall, and he can't get within range of it.
Okay.
Somebody can shoot over it, but he doesn't have the movement to end there at the moment, unfortunately, because only 30 move speed. So he's moving essentially here to better position for later. No, here. So that goblin's dead. That one over there. Oop, okay. So, give me 1 second. So, Bub, you see as before your very eyes, he mutters something and waves his big staff around as he just seems to disappear from sight. Then you see a poof of mist.
Invisible fireballs, let's go.
So there was a poof of mist where he was standing right after he disappeared.
How is he casting 3 spells in one turn?
No, he casted 2 there.
Yeah, he shouldn't be able to do that.
He can if one's a reaction, one's an action.
No, you can only cast 1 spell a turn.
I believe you can cast multiple spells if the right ones have the right action commands.
Yeah. I mean, literally last week I asked if I could cast 1 spell, like the other as a bonus action.
Because spells follow under the action economy as well.
Yeah.
So like somebody could cast, say, a spell that uses an action, and if they still have like a bonus action, they can cast a spell that's a bonus action.
Pretty sure you can only cast 1 spell. Yeah, I don't know enough about spell casting, but I'm pretty sure you can only cast one spell a turn.
No, I
Because
believe it
of-
follows the standard action economy, as long as you have the spell slots and the action economy for it.
Oh, I have no idea where this rule would be, so.
Yeah. I mean, that's how I've always seen it done in other 5e campaigns and stuff, so... So, like, you could cast, say, I believe it also has to be of a different, I think, spell slot?
Whatever.
But regardless, based off the knowledge of magic that I do know and the rules that I in place there, he did actually cast 2 different spells with 2 different action requirements.
Okay, well. That was Misty Steph, he can't be that far.
Nope. So,
Actually, he should have appeared somewhere that we could see. Because you can only Misty Step 30 feet.
Meaning one dash, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
True, but remember, he disappeared from view before the poof of smoke. So even if he had reappeared, like, you might not be able to see him, kind of thing.
I'm super confused. He's
Let's
pulling some
go
sort of bullshit here.
already.
Wizard
don't
bullshit.
Some rules
Wizard
are being
bullshit.
broken here.
Move
for
on.
sure.
Wizard bullshit. Bub, you're not dead. Move on.
So, I'm gonna move into the room. Because, like, I don't know, you need other things. So like, look around. Like, where is he? Ta-da. I see nothing.
So as you're looking around, you can see that there are multiple glowing rocks all throughout this room. There is a table with chiseled different rocks, and as well as like a jewel cutter set over here. Oh, hold on. Around right over here, there's like a table with like a jewel cutter set and multiple different cut jewels and gems. And there's also, but the room is just barren of anything else. Like there is almost nothing else. In the room, Gildos, with your passive perception, you can see that there is a faintly glowing, beautiful red gem on the ground in the corner over here.
Is it in reach?
It is on the ground, sort of tucked behind and near the edge of this wall here. If you moved like one step closer, you'd be able to pick it up.
Yeah, I mean that's like close enough, but I'll grab it. And like about a mysterious person that's just disappeared. Are there like any clues as to where he could have gone? Like footsteps or
So there's no
footprints, I mean.
footsteps or footprints in the room that you can see at all. He's just gone.
Well, is there anything else I could? Not really, no, so I'll pass.
Alright, so add a faint glowing red gem to your inventory, Gildos.
Yep.
Alright, Delon.
Yeah.
It is your turn. What do you do?
Well, I try to see I can find where he's gone, but this is magics we're talking about. His knowledge of magics is unfortunately limited. But
Actually, Delon, make me a perception roll.
understood, Capitan.
I feel like I know where he might be headed.
Yeah. And
I'll take the 12. In the distance, somewhere in the cave, you hear rocks tumbling. And, it's hard to tell where, but there are rocks tumbling as if they were moved by frantic movements.
Do you know in the direction?
Unfortunately, only with a 12 you do not,
I say,
because it echoes
Well-
off the walls.
felt like he might be headed for the lava.
Yeah, so I'm going to actually, to cut off his one area of escape, I'm going to go back where we came from, retracing those steps.
Nice.
5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, 45. Easily leap because I'm on a horse. 50. And then hopefully I can at least see something in this range. I guess I can go the extra just for 60 right there.
Okay, make me another perception roll.
Alright. Ooh,
Alright.
much better.
So, the water in this area is rippling. Like something plunked into the water recently.
Hmm. Ah. He dove into the water. Well, so you're saying from the direction of downstream, the way the water is flowing, and this
The water
is where
flows
it's
in this
pooling
direction.
in the direction.
But there's
to
like
the right.
small ripples in the water around here-ish.
Here-ish. Where is that? Sorry, I'm trying to look for the ping. I don't know if I can see.
Oh wait, hold up. I was on the wrong layer. I forgot the ruler's weird on the wrong layer. So there's water, there's ripples in the water around here-ish.
Okay. And that means since it's going downstream is goes to the upper right.
Yeah. So the water flows down in this direction.
So it goes from upper right to south
Yes.
east then.
Yes.
That's where it comes from. Okay. So this would be where he would be. And the flow of water is retained there, or it flows out even further?
It flows further into this direction, out of sight.
Alright, then because this recent ripple, I'm assuming that something tapped into here. So I have no more movement, so I have no other action, but I guess I'll follow that trace. I'll keep looking.
Alright.
Hopefully my horse can also help.
Baskerville here gathering that the mage has fled will attempt to 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 attempt to head up in the other direction into a choke point, seeing if he could stop him from moving that way. Bub, you're a poor sensual spider hanging on by a thread.
Literally.
You can
So
see
Bob wouldn't
Gildas.
know where he went.
No, you just saw you saw him disappear, and then right after a poof of smoke.
We're probably not gonna fight again today. I think I'm gonna eat up my other transformation so that I'm not at 9 HP. And I can do that as a what's the other action? Bonus action. That's it. I'm gonna bonus action transform again into a spider. And then now that I'm healthier, I'm gonna run along the ceiling. Let's see, you guys said he went... So, there's no way he's in the top right. If so, Marshall 100% cheated. So I'm gonna be going to the left.
I can confirm I have not cheated.
Okay.
I can confirm I am not cheating. I am playing by the rules that I know.
Well, yeah, the fireball thing you did is impossible. I just looked it up. But I mean, it got a surprise round on me, so it could have been surprise round, fireball, and then he takes other actions. So that's fine.
So the first round, so surprise round
I
usually
believe
does
that's exactly
causes
what
like
happened.
2
Yeah.
rounds. So surprise
Yeah.
round, fireball, and he moved away before fireballing. Then another round started, and then
Yeah,
other things
yeah,
happened essentially.
That actually makes sense. So I'm just gonna be looking around for him since I don't have enough actions. So. Because you can't use a standard action to move more in this game, which is stupid.
I believe you can trade in, I believe, your bonus action to take the dash
No, but
action.
I needed that to not die, though.
No, wait. Only other. Oh, yeah. Kobolds, I think, get the bonus action. Do they get the bonus action to dash, or do they have to trade their standard for it?
That's goblins.
Okay. So kobolds, you could trade your standard, but I think you've already done that for your transformation.
No, that's my bonus action, because Moon Druid.
Okay. So I believe you still have your standard, correct?
Yep.
You could take the you could trade your standard action to double your movement if you wanted.
Might as well. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And I'm gonna perception check. Perception.
Alright, roll Sizzle Beef.
Alright, that's a 16.
So, Bub, you can see a pile of shinies around in here somewhere.
Ooh. Okay, that's my turn.
Alrighty. So the goblins, will essentially all rush in here. And these two will just sort of move over to here. Two of them shove the other goblins in the water.
That was me.
They're dead on the job. They're in the way. This goblin will move over to here. Sir Roderick will make his way into the room using double movement to get in. He will look around. Man, Sir Roderick's investigation rolls keep rolling so well. So Sir Roderick, with his 23, immediately notices the crystals and gems on the table, as well as a idol to a vicious-looking serpent, colored all black, in made of what's the gem? What's like the gemstone or rock that's comes from volcanic lava?
Shit.
Onyx.
I think. Probably.
So essentially, the gemstone comes that's all black, shiny and smooth. It comes from volcanic lava. There is a wicked, vicious-looking serpent crafted from that, propped up around on that work table.
G'day.
Black dragon worshippers.
Oh. Talk about nasty fellas.
I can see why he fled. If he had word that a Templar was coming, he wouldn't have tested his luck.
First order of the day is to catch him before he goes. Yes.
Filcher in the room chips in. Who cares if he gets away? Do you have the gemstone or not?
Let's deal with him first, and then we'll talk about the gemstone.
Who cares about a wizard that disappeared and blinked away?
I do.
Good riddance. Alright, so...
He probably went that way. Anyway. I know he's greedy, but we have more pressing matters to attend to. Gemstone can wait. I have it. Anyway.
So, alright. Delon, you see as a switch is suddenly pushed down without anyone touching it. And then a poof of smoke appears right here.
Wait, whose turn is it?
I believe.
Alright, so Delon,
11.
you saw as a switch here, which one of the goblins pointed out as a flooding switch, suddenly got flipped. A poof of sort of mist appeared in the air, and then you heard loud running in the north, like towards the entrance. Like as if somebody booked it without any caution, throwing caution to the wind. By the way, all of you suddenly hear a roaring noise from the northern end of the cave.
Well, shit.
Yeah.
We gotta get him.
Yeah.
Get him, Brendan. You're faster.
Well, not only that, now the cave is floating.
Yeah.
The cave will probably completely flood in about roughly 3 rounds.
Shit. See, was there no punning over there?
That way does lead out somewhere.
Yeah, that's not very reassuring.
We're gonna have to rely on Brendan to get the wizard, I think. Because he's the only one fast enough.
So Gildas.
I'll fucking running. We're gonna have the gem, so we'll be fine.
Got a bag of holding. Put as much junk as you can. We need to sell that shit.
I did get the magic item, so it's all good.
Yeah, I mean, actually, who's holding the bag of wool? Is the question.
I imagine you guild this actually. If we're gonna be honest.
All right, well, good. Well, so I did actually keep track of like what side.
So, Gildas, I will say that one of the things that Filcher did when he came in was immediately start picking up all the valuables, and essentially he would have started putting them on the bag in your hip, essentially, wherever you have the holding.
Right. Well, then if he did that, I don't have to worry anything, because like I'm sure he picked all the most valuable thing. So I'm gonna dash out of there, and I'm gonna go past Roderick, and not past Filcher.
Oh, so before you rush past Gildas, a goblin hears the roaring from up here. Make sure I'm on the right layer. Yeah, from up here, and tugs on your sleeve.
No, this way, secret exit.
Oh, really? So like, I have to Filcher and Roderick and say, well, you heard the man. What's his title? Well, you heard him. Secret exit over there.
Mini boss, by the way, is over here.
Yeah.
Okay, well, as long as it makes it out, it'll be all good. So, yeah. Well, I think everyone that's like past this line probably can make it out from to this exit. So that's only really me, Filcher, Roderick, and the 2 goblins.
Look right through wall. It moved through. Weird wizard magic.
Right. So as you pass by, I'm gonna grab some books as well.
You're
So
not
the
gonna tell your
bookcase,
little mini
has
boss friend
no-
to book it?
The bookcase has no books in it. It's dusty,
Oh,
but there's
right.
there's like dust on the shelf where books once were.
Oh yeah, right.
Hmm.
Yeah. You were saying, Dusk? I'm sorry.
Oh no, I was saying you're not gonna tell your little mini boss buddy. I mean, he probably knows. I need to get the fuck out of here.
Right. I mean, yeah, but the problem is it's not really in range. But like, he probably figured out what's happening. So,
Yeah.
yeah. I mean, he was the one who told me about the lever, so he knows what he does.
Yeah.
So, I'm gonna wait, wait here.
All right.
People.
It's actually honestly probably easier for him to like book it.
I mean, he
Alright.
can just move over there. Yeah, boom.
Yeah. Either way.
Two.
Yeah, either way,
Yep.
yeah. 2 rounds.
So Delon,
Yes.
what do you do?
Well, I'm gonna go in the direction that you see the splashing. He went some way. He went like a bat out of the hell, and I'm gonna chase his ass.
All right. So you're gonna want to go this way.
All right. Well, good thing I know about traps. Open areas. That's a bad place. Bad juju. Not good. So learning from that, from the goblin individuals, I will go on the side way that they came through, the safe way. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, 45, 50, 55, 60. I'm booking it on a horse, by the way.
Mm-hmm. If you
Well, how
want
does
to,
it
if you
use
want
the
to trade
dash
your
on
standard action for a dash action, you could move an additional 60, which would put you outside.
I will do so.
All right. So Delon has escaped, as has Gildos. Baskerville hears the loudness and sees the water rapidly rising, coming from this section as walls that were barely a weakly constructed dam here has fumbled and the water begins to flow. He is going to see.
But what if you blow up the TNT over there to create another dam? Could work. But that
I
might be a
can't
bit-
get over there in time.
Yeah, that would be a bit too late. Yeah.
So he's going to spider climb his way up the rocks and begin running on a basically very well camouflaged bridge. So, but he has to stop about here. Bub.
Alright, you said there were shinies to my left.
Yes, right over here somewhere.
Very kobold of
Alright,
you.
what shinies are next to me?
What's shiny?
So as soon as you get
Chinese.
over here, Bub, you can immediately see about roughly 30 gold pieces just dotted around underneath some mushrooms. A goblin probably stashed them here for himself.
Okay, I'm gonna grab the stash and exit south.
Alright, so you begin heading south.
And yeah, I'm off the map at this point.
Alright. So Bub begins heading south as the water drains. As a druid and kobold, he's good with caves and mines. Water has to drain somewhere.
Oh boy. Everybody gets like a different exit.
So the goblins will begin rushing. These goblins get caught up in the current.
No.
Oh.
this goblin goes up north and will rapidly begin moving boulders. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So hearing the raging of the waters rapidly rising as they flow down, mini boss will shout as loud as he can,
Flooding! Flooding! Idiot, press button! Flooding!
and begin, like, all the goblins immediately abandon the attack and begin running. Bob, you hear footsteps behind you as 2 goblins begin rushing behind you, also running down the southern cave.
Okay.
Sir Roderick. So Sir Roderick rushes over, grabs Filcher by his collar, and begins rushing this way. Hey, put me down! No. I'm not leaving you to your own devices in here. We're leaving.
But there's more treasure! Oh, fuck!
Man, that's a more important treasure. That's your life.
So the water begins rushing even harder. Baskerville's bridge begins to tremble a little. He can make it on the bridge. So he takes the dash action, while muttering to himself frantically, well, at least I don't need to breathe. So he makes it out as well. Alright, those ones are drowned. Oops.
They did.
Those wolves are screwed too.
Who cares?
Transform into XP.
Look at Reppy, anyway.
Now I've seen wolves at least.
Yeah, these ones will all make it out.
Yay. Midi boss leaves. Somehow.
So I'm gonna roll, all the wolves drowned.
Because they won't be thirsty.
And this goblin managed, let me see, roll one more D100. He couldn't finish digging in time.
Poor puffers.
Alright. So, Bub, behind you with the goblins, they rush and they begin pointing in different directions, guiding you through this tunnels, which are a little bit of a mess, and they do guide you safely outside. And you arrive at a creek that has clearly run dry for a while, and the goblins immediately as they arrive at the mouth of the creek at the cave part dip to the left or right, and I imagine you quickly do the same. Let's see. Once you're safe, the goblins scratch their heads and dust themselves off.
Ah, hate flooding. won't be able to get good gold for about 3 weeks. No, it's soaked down the river. Do you have good gold? No.
Let's see. Dylan, as you arrived outside, you're blinded by the light for a brief moment before just looking out over the forest outside. No matter where you look, you can't see the wizard anywhere. Or the warlock, or whoever he was. The name Iggy Vlastu does ring in your head, though. A name for this person. You are quickly followed by a goblin wearing an oversized helmet. He rushes out with one hand holding a scimitar, and the other clutching his helmet tightly to his head, so it doesn't fall off, as two goblins rush out behind him. And then shortly after Baskerville comes out. That is... I do not need to breathe, but I don't want to get all wet. The three goblins, raise their scimitars.
Banish fire boss!
And then Mini Boss raises his, stabs it into the ground, grabs his short bow and fires and lights one arrow on fire and shoots it off into the distance.
Don't come back!
And then he promptly crosses his arms in front of his shoulders, in front of himself, nodding to himself triumphantly. With Gildas, Sir Roderick, and Filcher, you both rush straight through an illusion of a wall, magically constructed with some sort of ritual or another, to mask a entranceway and exit. It leads out into an upper part of the hill. It looks like an old mining tunnel that's been covered with foliage and things on the outside, but on the inside, it just looks like it's been caved in with this illusion. When you step out, you can actually see Bub and the two goblins down below you.
So, we'll just shout, "Over here, up there!"
The goblins look up and wave.
Good job, Orc! We banished fire boss!
You sure did, although... problem is, you will surely come back. Oh, we need to find Mini Boss first. And talk about what you all will do. Then I turn to Roderick and Filcher and say, then we can also talk about the gem. I think.
Filcher is promptly deposited on the ground. He dusts himself off. Right. That gem is yours to keep. He walks over, puts his hands in your bag of holding, and takes out the other gems, but the weirdly colored ones that were still unfinished, and pockets them. These are mine, though. You can keep that one. I never seen it. I know nothing about it.
Well, I'm just gonna shrug and say, well, so be it then.
Now, I hope that this was a good payout for y'all, though. I had on good authority there was other things in there.
What did you even put in there? I didn't even check. So I look inside the bag of holding and see, like, what else is there beside what we got last week?
So inside the bag of holding is now, additionally, a onyx black serpent idol, a few dusty books, a
Curiosity box.
a very old looking map, and um a green potion.
Green potion. Okay, put that in my notes. I'll organize the inventory when we get back to the tavern and like distribute everything. Honestly.
Yeah, I'll help the goblins climb out to where everyone else is, and then transform back and put the treasure in the bag.
Bob, how you doing?
He got the jump on me. He wouldn't have gotten away otherwise.
So, Bub, as you were saying that, the two goblins that rushed out with you, they pat you on the shoulder, one on each of your shoulders.
You survived fire boss. You ugly, but you okay?
Look who's talking.
Hey, I'm beautiful.
But yeah, so I have this +1 scimitar. If people,
Right.
If people want it.
Plus
Throw it
one
in the
scimitar,
bag.
and I believe Bub acquired 30 gold.
Yep.
Yeah, just throw
Okay.
them in the bag and we'll solve it out.
Oh, now that you're in the light, by the way, the +1 scimitar's blade is clearly also silvered.
Ooh. That'll come in handy.
One silver scimitar.
When it comes to the vampires,
lightning.
weakness silver. Fuck you.
We should give it to our vampire friend. Just for irony.
Irony. Perfect
As a
irony.
joke.
Yeah, exactly. We trained him as a joke.
Yeah, exactly. But yeah, one of you guys, either the cleric or the fighter, could use it, I'm sure.
Yeah, I can't. I don't have proficiency in that. Like, I have
Alright,
long
well,
sword.
Brennan, I guess you're getting the first magic item then.
Oh yeah, so
okay.
last session, I forgot to tell you this, Bub, but you don't know this in character as Bub, but there was a orc that had a gem that let him cast magic missile, and Gildas cast command, forcing him to break it.
Cool.
Yeah, but it was either that or I died, so.
So the party could have had another magic item, but you know, if only they had Bub last session.
Well,
Alright, congratulations on not only conquering the goblin horde, but getting goblins that are following you around at the moment. And also acquiring the red gem.
Yep. Good day's work.
So I will say that after a certain amount of time of after the flooding, probably a few hours, the party will manage to reconvene after just kind of looking around for each other. It's a big old forest, and this is a big old little mine, like on a little hill up here. But the forest isn't one you can get lost in. After like maybe an hour of combing, you all would be able to find each other. Probably with the help of the goblins, actually.
Yep. I mean,
So, the party will
Except-
reconvene. Man, this is not at all what I expected to happen with this, but I love it.
those are languages are pretty useful.
I knew I should have learned Goblin, but I can't.
Because I hate
I
goblins.
only know Druidic.
Alright, hold on. Let me actually go back to the goblin horde real quick. I need to do a head count of goblins that lived.
7.
7 of them?
Yeah, I believe so, yeah. Got mini boss, +2, then 2 with me, and 2 with Bub, so 7.
Let's see.
7 out of 15.
There was also 2 that lived that ran after Baskervilles. Let's see. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Yep. That is true. I'm going to move you back through the forest. I'm going to deposit these goblins here as well. So now you're in the forest together with everyone here. The wizard or warlock successfully disappeared. He made it out. Roderick doesn't like this at all. Not liking a black dragon cultist to have gotten away. But he takes the day as a victory, though, because every man is still living, and the job was finished. Whatever has to do with the wizard, he'll simply report it and carry on.
DeLon could also inform him of the name.
You may do so.
Sir Roderick, good seeing you. Glad everyone made it out alive.
Yes, it's very glad to see no man was downed here. I
Unfortunately,
was not expecting a wizard of some sort to be within the confines of a goblin horde.
Neither was I. It was a surprise.
That is never the type of place they usually hold out in. You must have been quite desperate to hide there of all places. We would have never sent Templars in to stuff him out. Too difficult.
Hear that, guys? We're too difficult. Yeah!
Despite my best efforts and the speed of my companion, when we arrived outside, we found no trace of the magic user. But I did recall something. A name. I'm not sure from what path or how I know such a thing. But it came to me nonetheless. Perhaps it might be useful in your report. And I recount the name that I heard in my head.
Iggy Vlastu. The name sounds vaguely familiar, but I have no understandings of the magic schools. I'd recommend sending such a report to the College of Asterium if you get the chance. They have a well-documented catalog of every single magic user who has ever attended, as well as any magic users they know that are essentially practicing without a license.
I will do so. Until then, until then, we have our mission complete, and a surprising amount of individuals we need to speak of.
Yes.
Right.
Sir Roderick will clap you on the shoulder, Gildas. I leave these unfortunate souls to you.
And say, well, I may have an idea, but see how receptive they are to it.
Filcher, as Sir Roderick is leaving, begins heading off in the other direction. Well, good job, everyone. Hope you got your payout. I got mine.
Till we meet again, Nomus Filcher.
Yeah, let's see if we can go into business again sometime. That was a lot less explosive than I expected it to be.
Well, I'm just gonna watch along and see what Gildas says.
Yeah. I'll just wave like behind my back as they leave. And then to the goblin and say, "Alright, you lot, we need to talk."
The goblins kind of groan.
Not talking. We ran all day.
Mini Boss turns around and his helmet's turning around but staying the other way, and he quickly grabs it and turns it back around.
You not listen.
Yeah, no. We can talk, but you can sit.
Yeah.
And they immediately plomp their butts on the ground. Mini Boss, on the other hand, keeps standing.
And then sit and listen. Listen well. So, I'm gonna ask you one thing first. What do you like to do?
Some of the goblins begin thinking.
Collect shiny, sharpen scimitar, shoot bow, make bee bag, Oh, that's fun. Not when they sting, though. No, that's not fun.
That's right. And do you like to make things? Like stuff? Like weapons, armors, tools?
Aww.
The goblins all
I
raise
love
up their
this.
scimitars and like their crude helmets and all that.
Yeah, we make.
I love this. I am 100% on board. What is about to happen?
The goblin labor force.
By the way, Gilros, as you're talking to them, mini boss is like walking back and forth and like miming your gestures.
No. Oh.
Right then. Actually, I wouldn't know. Like the cave would probably remain fluid like for a good while. So, all right then. And where are you from?
One of the goblins in the back raises his hand.
I'm from Savage Lands. Yeah, he's weird. He stink. He no bathe. I bathe every
Right.
month.
Most of the other ones raise their hands.
And the monsters.
Mini boss nods.
Most of us castaways.
Right. Then I have an idea. So clearly, the mine here is gone, destroyed, flooded. There's nothing good in there anymore. So here's the plan. Mini boss, you're gonna be my relay, my mini boss, you know. What you'll do is simple. You're gonna go back to the land of monsters, correct? You're gonna find a place to get ore, iron, and all that. Then what you do is you're gonna set shop there. Gonna make a nice little smithy, you know. Give the people of the land of monster some nice goblin-made things, right? And also, I want you to do something else while you're at it. And I'm gonna go inside like my scroll case and like hand over mini boss a set of daily prayers and customs to do, and say these will be the rules you will abide by every day. Otherwise, it's club.
Yeah, club.
Yeah, well, see, these are pretty simple rules, so as long as you follow them, you won't get club. Not from
Mini
me.
boss immediately begins looking over the paper. What language is it written in, by the way?
Common.
Okay. So he is able to read them, but he has to sound them out very obviously.
Right.
Okay. Shall we go back home? Open up new mine. Make thing. Do
Right.
list of chores.
But you see, if you do that, good things will happen to you, and you will get shiny gold too. But like, it's the hard way, but you get gold for a long time instead of getting gold right away, but for a short time.
But right away, something more fun.
Yeah, but fun isn't smart, you know. Smart can be fun.
The goblins look amongst each other, and they're like, smart?
SMRT.
One of the goblins, outright says,
Man, changing orc to Pinky made him weird.
and he immediately, like, gets afraid.
No club.
See, here's how I'm gonna put it. You see, You did the fun way. You only get gold once from one person, right? But you do it the long way. You get gold from one person, but you get it multiple times. Because they come back. They give you the money. You don't take it, they give it to you. You set price, they give it. Simple.
So Mini Boss nods at this, and raises up his scimitar, and just raises up to the sky.
We go to land of monsters tomorrow. Tomorrow, we run all day. Tomorrow. Oh, War Chief, say so. Okay.
Mini Boss turns around, walks over behind a tree, and gestures for you to follow him.
Alright. What does he
Mini
have to
Boss
say?
not let you down, War Chief.
I know
Mini
you
Boss
won't.
make sure they work hard and that we follow chores. The chores are weird, but we do them because you say so.
Big Boss knows Mini Boss not gonna disappoint. And if Mini Boss doesn't disappoint, then even bigger boss in Sky will give you something, I'm sure.
But no more call yourself Big Boss. You War Chief.
Right. War Chief Gildas. But you're not just Mini Boss, aren't you? Mini Boss something.
I am?
I mean, you got a name, don't you?
Nope.
Gotta name them.
Alright, hold on.
Then they suddenly
Mug
gain
Mug.
a whole CR when you name them.
Mug Mug,
Ah.
the mini boss.
How about this? Your name now, your title's gonna be Mini Boss, or Mini War Chief. But your name is gonna be Dagda. Mini War Chief Dagda. How does that sound?
Sounds powerful.
Right. But go tell the others.
He immediately rushes over.
I have been given name. I am Dacta now. War Chief. Mini War Chief Dacta.
And all of them all suddenly look up. We're like,
What? You get name? Lucky. But he did work harder. You all can get name too. Work hard. Follow rules.
and he holds up the script that you gave him.
Work hard. Follow rules. You get name.
This is like Kirk coming down with the Constitution to a bunch of people.
And when we get to land of monsters, we work hard. We go for long money. What's a long money? It make more sense with what you're just saying. But we get long money. Is it like a big gold brick? Yeah, I think so. And we get the long money, and then we send tribute to War Chief. How much tribute? Big tribute. Okay.
You don't have not as much to my brain. You know, you don't have to.
Just let them do it. It makes them happy.
Yeah. No, but like, if you look at Gildas, you see like a big dumb smile. You know, it's like wasn't expected, but still. Right. Now. I'm at the loss for words. So I turn back to the party and say, about that, also got the gems, so we got that covered. And I believe we have the merchant's wares as well. So,
Delon will approach Gildas and clap him strong on the shoulder. I couldn't be prouder of the way this was handled. You did a remarkable job, old boy.
Thank you. Means a lot, you know. Honestly, I didn't even expect that is what either. Oh.
The
Best for
goblins
both.
left.
No, they
Or-
just all sat around and made a campfire, and they're sitting around the campfire.
Okay. So I'm gonna go away from the goblins towards y'all and be like, "What's Remy's character's name?"
Gildas.
Gildas. I didn't know. It's so sad. I didn't know that you're really an orc.
You too.
Yeah, fuck it. Just let him think it is. Don't even correct him.
That's right. You see, you got orcs. They exist, right? But you also have half orcs. Well, you see, I'm an orc, but not really. I'm an undercover orc.
The pale orc.
Hmm.
I'm a one of a kind.
Yeah. Are they gonna be okay going to the forge alone?
I'm sure they'll be fine. I mean, as long as they stick to the roads. I'll pray for them. After all, they're new disciples now.
Disciples of you?
No. And I, like, put forward my shield and say, disciples of Brigid, followers.
Hmm.
If I pray, I keep their faith, and if they do, then I'm sure she'll watch over them as well. They may have done bad things, but I think they still have plenty of times to, well, turn this around. So, I got my new beginnings, so why shouldn't they?
And perhaps in time, when they've reached the land of monsters and opened up their shop, they might stop other goblins and orcs from causing a similar situation. Give them work, and time,
Exactly.
and peace.
Exactly.
'Tis a wonderful thing. Could not have asked for a better end for this. But he says that, but there's a sigh as he glances to the pile of bodies, especially the orc. If only we were done sooner. Regardless, I think merriment is in order. Let's head back, tell Nomus Finchi, the gnomes that we've completed their task, and have an ale.
Indeed. I'm quite thirsty after all. And... oh, God knows I need a rest.
Alright, but this time I'm not sleeping in.
You want us to come here to come wake you up tomorrow?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll do so. Hope you don't mind waking up at 5 in the morning.
Sun up time.
Alright, so the party wraps up here. They leave the goblins to their devices and their orders and begins heading off back to the tavern. The sun has begun to set easily at this point. They're traveling in the dark, but as they stick to the roads, nothing comes to them after their long travels. And as you return to the tavern, you find that Filcher is not here. likely gone completely elsewhere. And Harkin is also no longer here. So Roderick hasn't returned here either, seemingly gone elsewhere, likely to turn in a report to the capital or something similar. And as you arrive into the tavern, you all see as the barkeeper gives you a nod of acknowledgement. There's something about seeing you all come back after the mission, and some of you are a bit worse for wear, but overall, you're all still kicking and still got your stuff, that he begins pouring a drink, placing one for each of you on the table, or on the bar as you approach. I take it that was a successful day's work.
Verily. Better than I could have imagined. Thanks to our good friend Gildas.
Right. Resounding success.
Well, I want to hear all about it. All of the details. As you're all sitting down, you are immediately approached by the gnomes, Mentor and Mixer.
Mentor and Mixer, at your service. We've already heard about the cleared up trading route. Now we would like to see the proof
Right.
that you were the
Oh.
ones to have accomplished it.
I turn around on my seat, put the bag of holding down, and then get the merchant sacks out, and I believe there were 3 of them, right?
Yes,
Yes,
there
I
were.
believe so.
So 3 of them. Then after that's done, I'll take out the gemstone.
Their eyes go wide, and they actually very, very excitedly clap their hands.
Fabulous! Indeed, most bountiful. You brought us back several harvests, as well as what we especially asked for. Very good.
They talk amongst themselves and then move to a table within sight of you, and they both begin counting out silver. So they actually come back with 4 individual bags with 50 silver in them, and they place one beside each drink on your table.
Nice.
Very good, very good. I'd say that's a successful transaction and a successful business deal.
They each hand you, each of you, a card with the name Gnomish Mixer, which is with a family crest tied to them.
If you see a place of business with a crest similar to one of these, simply show the card. You'll be allowed to do business.
Well, that's good to know.
Shall we shove off, Mentor? Indeed, Mixer. I grow tired of this schlock. I grow tired of the ratmead. It was rather sweet. Yes, but it didn't do anything for your jowls. No, I'm afraid not. Added a few extra rows.
I will I'll put my drink down. I do want to just do a brief bit of business to conclude it. I'll approach, if I may.
You may, of course.
I approach, and I say in greetings, good sirs. As I said before, my name is like I place my name and honor, and I promise you, the brewery will be handed to Iolo as discussed.
They both nod, and they speak up. Welcome, Delan Ancelius Gulielme II.
Greetings. I heard, as they said, I assume they heard me say that part.
They did. They just
Okay.
they welcomed you and said your full name, essentially.
Yeah, fair enough. Thank thee. If you would like to hear our adventures and you finish up, I would be more than happy to tell the tale. But I know you are busy fellows and want to leave here as soon as possible. I appreciate the time. I hope you have a safe travels. Take care, gentlemen.
Thank you. Indeed, we have hired a rather sizable chunk of soldiers to protect us. Indeed, we'll be shoving off in the night. Yes, in the night. It should work well. While there are likely to be certain vagabonds on the roads at night, it will allow us to arrive early for business in the morning. Indeed.
In a chuckling maneuver, he'll say in Gnomish, the best of business.
They give wide smiles and say back in Gnomish to you.
To the best of business.
And raise up individual glasses to you.
And he gives them a nod before heading back to his seat. It's always good when business is concluded. Always admire that about British people.
Right. Speaking of business, and I look toward the barkeep and say, it is possible that in the near future, a goblin or two might pass by with some tributes to my name. So, if I'm not there to receive them, could I trouble you with keeping them until I come back?
Well, there's no special rules against no service for goblins in our bar, but as long as they keep on good behavior, I won't feel the need to throw them out.
I have high hopes they will.
If I receive any such tributes, I'll make sure that they are sent to you, or that you receive them somehow.
Thank you.
He nods at
Yeah.
you. Oh, go ahead.
Yeah, I was going to say, didn't anything happen while we were gone?
Well, that old chap Harkin shoved off. The gnomish filcher came in, collected his things, and left. Left a sizable tip. And that elf's been smoking that pipe all day long. The elf looks up and shouts back rather crudely, waving his long pipe in the air, as the rainbow smoke wafts around the room. Hey, shove off it, man. It's my relaxation day. It's medicinal. The barkeep shakes his head. Keep it by the fire. Outside of that, Sir Roderick sent a letter that he will be out and unavailable for jobs for quite some time, as he went off to King's Landing to file certain business reports.
I see.
These are pressing times, especially in King's Landing. It is understandable.
I do hope he doesn't get reconscripted. He's one of our best heroes. If he gets reconscripted, I'm gonna have a bit of light hands-on work here.
Me think that it probably won't. If anything, it might be in the best interest to keep him as a free agent. In a way.
Hmm.
Hmm.
Hopefully the kingdom would see such a benefit. But if his faith gets called upon, he would have to take up arms.
Well, we'll see what the future holds, but if this does become true, then I guess it will be up to us recruit to pick up the slack.
The barkeep nods and reaches under the counter and suddenly begins sort of tossing and catching a blue gemstone in his hand. Keep a watch out for people with stuff like this. Filcher told me they're being produced. He places the gemstone on the countertop. Holds a little bit of magic. Can't be replenished. And from what I can tell, even an old bruiser like me could cast a magical spell with something like this.
Hey, that's what the orc had this morning.
He seemed to cast a spell without any utterance, despite screaming into the names. Sent out what I believe is perhaps incorrect, a volley of magic that hit his target no matter what, despite the distance.
From what I can tell, such things are very difficult to produce and take a very astute scholar to make. Wizard folks sort of stuff. Now usually stuff like this would only be in the hands of those of Asterium, but it seems there's people going out making them.
Wait, was that what they were doing in the cave?
Forgive me, I did not visit the inner chambers. Were there more like these items inside it, Gildas?
Well,
Well,
there was a stone cutting table, and yes, the room was full of gemstones. I mean, that's where I found the item of our mission in the first place.
so it was a workshop as well. Perhaps this is a bit more serious than a simple goblin raid. Dabbling in duplication of magic seems quite serious.
By the way, Gildas, you recall that Filcher reached into the bag of holding, took all of the colored gemstones but left the red one for you for the quest and said, "These are mine."
Ah, maybe. Yeah, I didn't know then, but now it's like I just like slam my face on the bar and say, "And Filcher took all them. Damn it!"
It seems
Fine.
our friend was in a different business than another business.
Aye, if I had knew then. Ah. Well,
Well, regardless of which, we did our best, we came back, and we have some proof of it. Well, though I suppose, he looks at the bartender, if there are adventurers willing, the flooding will dissipate in about a few days. They can go and rummage what's left.
If that mine's reflooded, it'll be like that for a few weeks.
But that also means they're out of an operation.
Oh, other thing that I forgot to mention while you were in the Goblin Horde. there was several large gemstones in the walls, or like crystals like dotted around in certain places. Especially, there were lots of crystals in the main chamber.
Yeah. Well, I think you didn't really need to tell that because they were on the map anyway.
True,
So like, yeah.
but I meant to emphasize it in retrospect.
It's all good. That just reaffirms that that was a good place to make what they were making.
The barkeep places the gemstone back under the counter, and begins. He pours you all another drink. Don't worry about that. You had a long day. Seems like you worked on a more than one mission. So this one's on the house. So you gotta pay for your rooms though.
Well, appreciate that.
I'd reckon y'all might be wanting to head for the College of Asterium soon, eh?
I'll just shrug.
I'd
What does
imagine
it
that you wanted to report such magical constructs being made.
Right. I suppose we should, yes.
I mean, I won't stop you from not. Won't ask why either, but you know. Don't want the abjugators coming. They got horrible little beasts that they send out.
I suppose we can do that tomorrow then, or sometime in the week. Yeah, let's get to a good night rest first. Then we.
Barkeep nods. Aye. That'll be 15 copper a room.
Uh-huh.
At
So
this
that would
rate, we should
be,
just build a house and it will be cheaper.
That'll be 45 copper total. Considering y'all got quite a big payout, easily affordable.
Yeah, more than
I mean, there's
easily. I mean,
like-
that's half of a silver. 1 silver.
There's
We're
like
fine.
30 copper. There's 30 copper in the bag already, so we can just take that
Mhm.
out. Then like, yeah.
It was 40 silver, right? 50.
You
50.
each got 50 silver, yes.
Wanted to double share on that. Alright, and then I don't know why people use EP.
It's
Copper,
a
silver, gold.
specific currency that's weird. It's Electrum essentially. The only time I'd have you use Electrum is is a very specific place,
Yeah,
and that's the
It's in that
currency
place.
there.
fair enough.
But alrighty. So the party successfully finished off their job, as well as the surprisingly difficult job with Filcher. There's a little bit of a sour taste of Filcher leaving with so many magic items, essentially. But overall, they succeeded, and they got their payout, and it was a pretty decent little adventure. And Geldos got to recruit some goblins to his cause.
Mhm.
And Bub got to show up just to the nick of time.
Yep.
So with all that said and done, that's the wrap. See you all next time. Bye bye.